Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. Another Sunday, another episode of Miami Vice Retrospectives on the Bastardized channel. And right now we're going to try and do something a bit different now, something that I can't believe I didn't think of doing in the first few episodes, but I did start, but I started to go back to when I was on Lance's channel talking about the Shield retrospectives with him, and he would always have something like best main character in the episode, best quote, best moment, whatever, best minor character. So I decided I might adapt this to the show and obviously give it a bit more of a structure. And very sadly, we're going to have a much more smaller panel because Kung Fu Hot Dog is with family at the moment. So I hope you have a nice weekend, spend some time with family, and we will see you next week. Although Toxic could be on later, we don't know yet. He's probably still a bit tired, gunning down any transients that try to approach his hotel, but it will take that out of you. But so far, my one and only so far, but always welcome guest, it is the Admiral Teague himself. Stand up and salute the bastard.
You can suck it! You can suck it! You can suck it! You can all suck it! Live long and suck it!
How you doing,
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Hello, sirs and madams. Thank you for having me back. It's great to be here. And I think your new format's going to go great. I'm excited to talk about this. And if we could do the first episode that we did was two episodes, one story. Trying to do that was one thing. Doing two stories in a row, that was kind of dense, and we were missing what we did a good job, but we had the rush. Yeah. So I think we could do a great job on this one episode. There's a lot going on here. We have a franchise-long villain coming back, and his son is going to be showing up soon. How do you say his son's name again? Northern English?
Oh yeah, John Leguizamo. That's what I used to fucking say.
Anyone who tells him the correct way of saying this will have to answer to me. But yeah, it's great to be here. Let's talk about this awesome show.
He has told me the actual way to pronounce it, but I'm gonna mispronounce it anyway because he's a fucking dick in real life anyway. So who cares?
He is a dick. And why does he have to be from New York?
Yeah, he can't make up his mind whether he's Italian or Puerto Rican. So who cares? Who cares, man? But yeah, this episode is Calerones' return, and I think this is a total banger. But it does kind of sort of set things a little bit take a turn for the show as well, because now we have Gregory Sierra, who plays Rodriguez. I hope I'm pronouncing that fucking right. Jesus Christ, I can't.
You got that one right, but every once in a while you do call him Captain Rodriguez, and I love that one too. Yeah, Rodriguez. I was like, I love it.
I love Desperado. It's become a nasty habit now. But
if only there was a Spanish-speaking country like a boat ride away from where you live that would help you understand these things.
Hey, if they bring any of their lovely senoritas, I am all for it. It's like, let's go to the comments. Yeah, Gavin Blackburn, how are you doing, man?
Hey, Blackie. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, I X'd this out. Hopefully some of my audience is up early enough to watch it. This has been like the best therapy for the new Trek streams that I did. Like, I always looked forward to my episode of Miami Vice after watching Starfleet Academy. It was like reoriented me. I was like, I remember when men were men.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if I ever start doing any streams on the new track, because I have not watched any. I've watched the original and the Next Generation and a lot of the movies as well. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But right now we are on to Calderon's return, and this is, like you said, this is where the infamous Calderon from the pilot has returned now, and is after pretty much getting rid of any competition that's been trying to muscle in on his on pretty much the hole that is left since he had to get the fuck out of Miami due to Crockett and Tubbs' intervention. So before we start having a little bit of fun with a little bit of our views on the episode, I will go through the plot in my own dumbass bastardized way. So bear with me. Let me share the link. And here we go. Where are we? Okay, and share. So yeah, we start off where where Sonny is now having a shave and smoking like a total fucking boss, while Tubbs is doing surveillance on some gangster. He's having a spat with his wife, over some bollocks, yeah. But he's also getting ready for his divorce, and finally they're relieved. Switek and Zito pop in to take over, and Switek decides to be a bit of a dick and play a prank on him, saying, while Zito is unzipping to take a piss, he's like, "Oh, this lady's getting undressed. Hurry up, hurry up!" So he gets out, and he almost pisses himself, zipping up his trousers, and he's like, "Where?" I was like, "Oh, you missed it. Never mind." We get the opening credits. Oh, there he is, unzipping his trousers.
He's got a little bit of beard continuity going on because I think he had thick stubble episode 1 and 2, but like this is
yeah. He brings it back in season 5 when he starts becoming all alcoholic, gambling addict, gambling addicted wreck.
I meant Zito, not Sweet Tech.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet Tech's kind of scruffy, but John Deal has like a little bit of beard inconsistency. He had the beginnings of a beard in the premiere movie, if I remember correctly, or at least in episodes, the episodes we watched, and now he's totally clean shaven again. It's cool because he keeps changing his look. He's an undercover cop, but like it's out of sequence beard growth. Who cares? But that's something that fans note. He'll have a pretty proper beard episode or 2 from now, and he's going to look better with it. It's going to really works for his character. But I do like the eagerness of Switek and Zito. Like they're dedicated.
Oh yeah, we start to see them acting a bit more like competent police officers, don't we? And not just the comic thing when we see later. So yeah, obviously Sonny is driving now to meet her with his wife, and their lawyers for a divorce. Tubbs is actually being a good friend to him, saying, "Hey, it could be worse, it could be weaker now," but he does let him know, "Yeah, I'm there for you, man, if you need anything." So you can really tell his friendship is starting to bond out a little bit more. And this is where we meet the lawyers, and obviously she doesn't like what the lawyer is doing as well. He's obviously trying to fucking score points off this so he can win his case, and she's the same. His lawyer is
he hates Sonny now because remember in episode 1 there was an amicable divorce, but she knew that Sonny is a little bit of an infant, so she brought the lawyer with her to explain something that Sonny comes around to and realizes here. But I guess she knows how to play him. She had to deploy the lawyer to get Sonny's attention, or he would have just thrown a fit about this one. But what happens is the lawyer's there because she's going to move out of state, which isn't allowed under American divorce. So she wants to move one state away to Georgia for opportunities. And in this,
it was Atlanta, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not Atlanta, Georgia. It's not far away. He finally says, "Hell, it's just a 1-hour plane ride." And he's right. It's a better life for his son. It's a better life for his son. So he does the right thing here. It's an improvement on Crockett. We show that he can calm down once he thinks of things over.
Yeah, I know, because he's a very emotional guy, isn't he? But he's still a good-hearted man. He still tries to do the right thing occasionally. Well, most of the time he does. Most of the time he does.
He's got some Italian DNA or something. He blows up right away, and then when he has time to think about it, he calms down and he's like, "I've been thinking it over. Even though I don't regret screaming at you, I might have been wrong about 1 or 2 things. Maybe you should be able to have your own life, and maybe being right near your vice cop, marked man, everybody's trying to kill him kind of dad isn't the safest thing for my son. Maybe he should be 2 states away." My father would never, at this point, my father tells my mom to leave town until he's done making enough money for me to get through college. Like, "I love you. I'll see you on the weekends." Even if the marriage is intact, because the danger level here, every time Calderon shows up, we lose a cop, and it's going to happen again. We just said it earlier.
Yeah, because this does really hit home for Sonny as well, that he needs to do this job. He's not the kind of guy who can settle down with a family because, like she said, he's in it. He's a player. He's in it for the game. He loves the rush. He loves the fucking violence a little bit. It's all he knows. And he says this might be the first time we see him wear a shirt and tie under his suit, because he mostly wears T-shirts or granddad collars, anything that doesn't have a collar. Sometimes vests. But yeah, obviously he does try and decide, okay, let's try and give it another go. That's because this whole divorce thing has become a bit of a mess. Our lawyers are fucking assholes. And I love how he talks smack to the lawyer as well, saying, "You tell that about my wife again? You talk to my wife like that again? I will wrap you around your endangered species briefcase.
Yeah, I love that. It's crocodile. It's an alligator briefcase, I guess is what he's saying. But what's funny here is Sonny's the man. He's going to get to date his wife and date Gina and date whoever comes along. And so his wife's okay with that. And I just want to endorse Caroline Crockett's outlook on marriage. I think that, if the man needs to sow his wild oats, that she should just understand. She did the right thing here.
Yeah, I have really misjudged Caroline a little bit. I don't know why, but I think I've changed my opinion on her. She's kind of cool, and we get why she's a little bit skeptical about him with the cop, because we found out later why, because it comes into their own home, but we'll get to that later. But we're back to Switek and Zetok, and now it comes to one of the baddest motherfuckers in the episode. He has no fucking lines whatsoever, but man, does he make an impression. He's got that Van Halen
shooter glasses
music playing, and beep, 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 dip, 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 dip. So he's picking up the gangster's son, who's we'll call him Gangster Dead Meat because he's there to get fucking killed, isn't he? So
he's fridged, yeah. But what I love is we knew at the time when he got out of the car, these yellow disco style glasses. Most people realize he's wearing polarized shooter glasses, which are not totally unusual in Florida, but it's a little bit of a strange choice for eyewear. High opacity, you know what I mean? Like high.
It
like,
does feel like a more stylistic thing as well. It does make him look menacing as well.
He's dressed for work. He's wearing glasses designed to shoot. He's not wearing retest aviator glasses. He's wearing shooter goggles or shooter glasses. And the thing is, while they do work as sunglasses and Bausch and Lomb, the Ray-Bans, which have the green lenses, work along the same principle. It makes it kind of iridescent and more high vis. This guy's he's dressed for work. This is his work clothes, the most nondescript clothing he can get, the most firepower he can get, and the most minimal disguise he can get, where it's like his disguise is this guy can hide in plain sight. He could pass the same police description as Switek here.
I know he's very good at sort of hiding, isn't he? But he seems to leave fucking tracks, doesn't he? That's the my only complaint with this guy.
There should be some talk about shell casings and stuff that he leaves behind a ton of forensic evidence. Yeah.
He does. He leaves fucking donuts as well that has his saliva on. It's fucking coffee, everything. But
we're 10 years from that. Yeah,
like shit. He just got hit. Let's go get the bastard. And one cop tries to stop him as well. It looks like he's got him dead to rights as well.
But look how smart he is. He's got his rubber gloves on. He is doing some evidence concealing stuff. So there's some thought put into this.
And I love how quick he is as well, because he waits until the police officer looks over a little bit. Then he whips out the gun real fast and guns him down. And I think he did the Mozambique kill. It's hard to tell because you're not seeing his squibs on the body and the head go off. So I'm assuming that's what he did. But it's real.
They would have had a hard time on TV. A head impact wound would have been a hard sell on TV, and even in the 80s. However, I would point out, doesn't it seem like his advantage here is that the police officer is at some level a good man? He doesn't want to waste somebody. Like, he thinks about it, and that's like, this guy's an evil person, so he has no problem. He turns this cop off the way we turn off the TV with this gun. It's a remote control to him.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, and it's and the thing is that I would not dare do that, the way he just did it, because I'm not a gun expert. I'm no expert on guns, and if someone's holding a gun on me, I would not whip out a gun and shoot in case the other person shoots me. But the way he did it as well, it's like it just appeared in his hand. It was that fast. But it shows just how deadly this guy is as well. He throws the rubber gloves away and he's like, "Don't mind me, I've just killed a bunch of people." Blah, 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 blah. And then we get this chase.
By the way, throwing the rubber gloves away, terrible idea. You throw them away much further away after you turn them inside out. You dummy.
Because his fingerprints are still on there, aren't they?
At least there's DNA. But it's not going to come into play for years, but it's on the horizon. So they're preserving evidence and stuff like that to check it later. The Cold Case Squad show was big for 10 years because for 10 years they worked off the backlog of living criminals they had kept DNA for. They're like, you know what? This technology is on the horizon. Keep those hair samples. Keep that bloody T-shirt.
Yeah, I know. And obviously, it's not in any of the shots, but he does get into a car with this Huggy Bear lookalike. And apparently the actor who played Mendez, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Sorry
That's
if I'm
perfect.
offending the Latin Americans. But
There are no Latin Americans. That's a term of oppression. We're South Americans and,
yeah,
and Caribbeans. And we're not Latinx either. Those Latinx people come from planet Latin 10. We're Hispanic. I'm Cuban. I'll say it.
and so this guy Mendez, obviously, we found out a little bit about this actor. I will go into the actor a little bit more anyway, but yeah, we do get a chase as well. Everybody's looking for him. Tubbs is outside. They've managed to locate him to a hotel, and Tubbs is like, "Okay, we will not go in. We will not go in like cowboys. We will wait for backup." And then the fucking police arrive, saying, "Hey, police here! You better not be an assassin in this hotel room. We'll arrest you. We're here to get you." And he's like, fuck it, let's go chase this bastard. And you can really see he's done a good run as well. He's boiling in that suit, he's sweating in that suit, everything, man. It's
yeah, it's realistic. You know what? When the actor did it and he was soaked with sweat, someone came over to spray him down and change his jacket, and they were like, you know what? No, let's be un-Hollywood about this. This is a different kind of cop show. Cops bleed, cops spit, cops smoke, cops, date hookers. They're going to sweat too.
Yeah. Plus, it's Miami, where it's fucking boiling all the time, from what you've been telling me about it. So, but this is where they found out. And look, he does another stupid thing. He leaves his fucking book behind of the people he's killed or he's going to kill. That's like, wait, what? What was that Mendez's fault that he left the book, or was it the assassins? I don't know. It's but the
assassin seems too thorough. I guess the deal would be Mendez wants his assassin taken out either by the cops or he's going to whack him himself when all is said and done.
Yeah, right? It's looking like
that's how you end an assassination binge, is to get rid of the hitter.
Because it does look like Calderon is going out of his way to kill anyone who does business for him, and then after that, fucking wipe them out because they're no longer any use to him anymore.
Well, were they after Crockett or were they after Burnett? They're after Crockett, right? They're trying to kill Crockett because he took him down, didn't they? They know who he is. His cover's blown with this particular gang. He'll be able to reestablish his cover. Don't ask me how, but his cover's blown with this gang.
Yeah, because it's funny you mentioned that because I was watching the second part. We'll get to that very soon, but he tries to go undercover as the assassin, even though it's like, Calderon knows what you fucking look like, mate. How far do you think you're going to get here?
These were things that were permissible and acceptable in TV in the 1980s that we would just question more now. But it's just like, again, in a few episodes of Sirs and Madams, we're going to get to a part where Lieutenant Castillo calls off the investigation because clearly it's magic. We're going to see that. Okay. Oh, and Sonny and his wife managed to reconcile, and that's what we say. Sonny's a Chad. He's going to date his wife. He's going to date Gina, and he's going to date any chick at the marina who comes looking for it.
That looks like fucking Don Johnson. I had his cheekbones and everything. I'd be like, you know what? I'll just enjoy every fucking bed that gives me attention. Why not?
He said that he has not had time to absorb the fame until year 2, the middle of season 2. He said that he wanted to do such a good job on this. It was so important to him that he was totally laser focused on giving the very best performance he could. He wasn't watching the news. He was neglecting his social life. He was obsessed with having this work out. And we found out when John Johnson turned 5, his mother was only 21. He came from dirt poorness in Kansas, and
you can tell the way he talks. Even today, he still has that kind of like roughneck kind of talk. But yeah, he's reconciling with his wife hard. He's reconciling the fuck out of her.
Yeah,
and he's killing it as an actor. But I didn't know this, but he's Shakespearean trained as well.
Oh yeah, I think they do get a lot. I think it was Michael Philip Thomas, Shakespearean trained actor, because I never really got that from him. I know he tried to go the EGOT,
Don is Shakespearean trained, which shocked me. He has 6 years of Shakespearean stage experience by the time he takes this role. So this is his first very big break. He has immersed himself in this so much. I think that's part of why this show's working so well. The situation with Crockett and his wife, he's being a baby on the courthouse steps, but we can't help but love him.
I know, it's
cool.
But I don't like the fact that we are seeing the friendship of these two actually develop a little bit more as well. I mean, obviously they've come now to tell him that he's on the list, and he kind of shrugs it off. It's like, listen, I've had my like friends so many times. It's like, yes, but there's 8 on this list. They've already killed 6, and then that does really start to make him take it seriously because it's like, okay, this guy's he's like he's 2 more jobs away now, and we do find out who the next guy is as well.
I
and
love that it's a sequential list. Getting rid of all of them in one morning isn't good enough. It's a sequential list with one hitman. It's the road to perdition, basically.
It's also kind of like something that gets repeated in Collateral because he has to take out these targets all in one night, doesn't he? Before a case. So there's definitely a little bit of a Michael Mann staple there because once again, the Mozambique drill, I think, gets used in this one and it would later get used in Collateral and Heat. So apparently we found out a little bit more. Like they found a torn piece of receipt under the bed of a man named Mendez, and they're already assuming this could be the assassin because the assassin's kind of not been seen yet properly. So he's still very good at hiding out. He's keeping his cover, everything. So they do find out there might be something about the crime lords expanding, and it could be someone is trying to take them out. So Trudy manages to get a line on one of the guys on the list, and Sonny wants to pursue this case as well, but Officer Deadmeat Rodriguez is not having it. You are going in protective custody.
And he's right, by the way.
Yeah.
And the amount of resources it would take to back him up as the operative on the street is it's over the top. And also, like, there's still no hint that he has any regard for Sonny. So what happens later is going to be pure police heroism. And there's a couple of missed opportunities I'll talk about at the end of the episode, but I thought at this point, this captain is at least looking competent. He can run an operation. He knows a compromised cop. He wants things done, like, by the book enough so that it's not a wasted effort. He doesn't want to go back and reinvestigate these guys who are wasting his officers. And Calderon is basically taking a hit out on anyone with a badge who's from Vice. Vice cop will do.
I mean, it is kind of like, okay, is he doing this out of because he got pissed off? Someone tried to take him down. Is it like, okay, you actually tried to take me down, you crossed me, I'm going to kill you. I get the other guys he's killing because they're trying to muscle in on his business since he had to do a bit of a runner, didn't he? He had to sort of lay it low for a bit. So he wants to come back, doesn't he?
I speculate that it's a sort of like what we would call defensive imperialism. He wants to be drug czar of this town. So as long as he keeps messing with and messing up the cops there, it always is going to serve his purposes. And he has like a little black book with the names and like problems. It's like Switek likes to gamble. Okay, we'll watch that. Sonny likes to date hookers. Okay, we're going to watch that. Like Tubbs, no real vices.
Yeah.
Okay, Tubbs is going to be a problem.
Why wasn't Tubbs on this list? Because he saw how Tubbs was acting towards him, wasn't he? In the Brother's Keeper, he was like, he looks like he wanted to kill him, and did he not think, okay, I might need to get this Tubbs cop killed because he seems to have a right chip on his shoulder against me, and it might not be good to have him walking around. But this is where we found out.
I have it. I thought it through. This is my answer. You ready? Because of the events of because of the events of episode 1. Tubbs walks around every day with being number 1 on the death list. He lives with a daily death mark from Calderon. Calderon has a standing contract on Tubbs. Everybody knows that Calderon hates Tubbs. He's been like Tubbs has been vociferous about the fact that he's not pulling off Calderon's ass. He's going to go after him, and Calderon knows of and hates Tubbs. So Tubbs is simply like, there's a standing kill order on Tubbs. That's my headcanon. Because why wouldn't he? You would have to give me a reason why Calderon at this point doesn't want Tubbs out of the way in any way he can. Like specifically Tubbs. Because Tubbs messed up New York. Tubbs brought problems to Miami. Now, like, one police department was already on him. Okay, that's whatever. He didn't need to have to like do extra work to get around the Miami police department, which till now had been highly ineffectual. And when these 2 overlapping investigations happen, he accidentally creates this super team of detectives that, without knowing it, he's created what an unwitting anti-Calderon task force, because everything he's about is just what motivates these guys to go out and stop crime.
So it might be a good explanation. Anyway, yeah, 'cause I don't know if I was Calderon, I'd put everyone on the list that may have a fucking axe to grind against me because it's kind of like a security thing, isn't it? Wipe out anybody that wants you dead. But he finds out Mendez
Like the
is an
Godfather,
affiliation.
one
Yeah,
brutal day, no one has a chance to even warn anyone else. Just everyone in one day.
yeah. I'll wait. First with the Dahlia and Bazidi. But
Or execute Order 66. You know,
yeah,
George Lucas
so this is
knows
where
this
it found
too.
out. Yeah, so Mendez, he finds out it's Calderon, and Tubb starts having flashbacks of his brother getting killed and a deal gone wrong. So yeah, he's kind of pissed as well, and yeah, we see the donuts and the coffee as well, which does set up that we know the killer is going to be around somewhere as well. But
And
so
it feels
obviously,
like he's a cop gone bad, right? He's got all the cop trappings. He's got his cup of black coffee. He's got his donuts, and
yeah, I wonder if it
he
was.
got his gun.
It does kind of you are starting to build up a little bit more of a backstory to this guy. Yeah, what if he was
Showing, not telling, all
Yeah,
along the way. Showing, not telling. His
yeah, no,
methods
it's
are
like
perfect.
it's the mystery, isn't it? It's kind of lets you come to your own conclusions. Yeah, he could have been a cop, but probably got
He's acting just
discharged
like
or
they do.
suspended because he was psychotic and he was a little bit, he was traumatized. He probably was a war hero, a soldier who may have been dishonorably discharged. Who knows?
I
We
think he
don't
was
know.
what they call a LARP, a long range
Mm.
patrol, where he would infiltrate enemy territory, snipe random enemy guys, and then
Oh
come
yeah,
back
he's got
two,
to have
three
been
months
he was a
later.
fucking soldier. He's got to have been a soldier.
Counterterrorism is what we call it now.
Yeah, he's got to have been special forces or Green Berets. Well, they say he's Argentinian, don't they? So
Long range patrol,
Mm.
Marine. I think it's the Marine Corps does it, but yeah, he is what he is. He goes alone like Rambo, deep. Actually, even Rambo had a team. This guy goes along alone, deep into enemy territory without ever verifying his position. Kills as many of the enemy randomly as he can, and then just leaves to scare them
Yeah,
and fuck them up. That was the we did that a lot in Vietnam.
yeah, and I think I might have come up with a good explanation for why he doesn't shoot Crockett after Rodriguez takes the bullet for him. I mean, all right, we'll get to that
He's
soon.
got to get out of that building.
Yeah, because he's got to get the fuck out, doesn't he? Okay, I fucked up. I'll have to get him next time because they know where the shot might have come from. But then again, the thing is though, you don't really hear the shot till sometime after the bullet hits because it's traveling at such a long distance. You got the wind, sound travels through air, that kind of thing. There's a bit of a science to it, isn't it? So by the time you hear the shot, the guy's probably already gone. But okay, so Sonny
It's
is
a
basically
Chad shot too. He pulls it off from that elevated position that's about a quarter mile away. So figuring in all the bullet drop and everything else, that was an amazing. And he might have known he got the captain, so he's like, part of my goal has been accomplished. I'll just get Sonny tomorrow. Where's he going to go?
Yeah, no, because he seems to be very good at adapting, doesn't he? Yeah, he leaves a few fucking trails, but he seems to be very good at evading capture, doesn't he, or getting caught. So he's like, yeah, I know how to cover my tracks, all that kind of thing, maybe. But yeah, so Sonny is packing his stuff up as well, going into protective custody. Rodriguez is making sure everything's all right, and he's like, oh, I can't wait for some assassin to kill me so I can get out of Miami because it's so goddamn hot. He's like, I can't wait for you to go so they can replace you with Edward James Olmos, who really fucking nails it as the police boss guy in the series that carries on later on. So, yeah, he sees the light shining from the sun, and then he jumps over, takes a bullet for him, and he's like, oh my God, this is what happens when you get shot. Oh God, it fucking hurts. And I think I shit myself and I might be going into shock. Oh God. So, but he's obviously not dead yet. He's in critical condition, but he does look like he's bleeding out. Obviously, we don't see the blood, but he's obviously going into shock as well a little bit.
And to see this character do something noble for someone that we know he really dislikes, like Sonny. This guy was a cop's cop. Like he was all about justice.
Yeah, because it's kind of, well, they're like soldiers in a way, aren't they? Yeah, they might not always get along, but they still have each other's back. It's he's a police officer, and he's still gonna look out for him, even though he may see him as a little bit of a troublemaker, and that's it.
In the moment, the captain would rather die than let one of his guys die, making him one of the greatest captains in any cop show. He died so one of his men could live. Like, he had a family. We see his wife. This is really
she's
hello, PB.
Yeah, she's in very critical condition, and I did actually like Rodriguez. Is Edward James almost is better because he kind of brings a little bit more of a mystery, a mystique, and he becomes more of a father figure, doesn't he? To the crew, while he's kind of just the boss who's just trying to do his job and trying to make sure everything's running smoothly. So yeah, PB, PB, cool. I managed to catch you live. I listened to all the episodes last year, 5 seasons. Did you, man? I think I might have talked to you. I don't know because I haven't seen you on the other streams at the moment. But come on, man. You're more than welcome anytime, any fucking stream. So is he one of yours?
Thank you so much. No, but maybe you saw this on Reddit or wherever. We're honored to have you here. You've stumbled on to the best Miami Vice YouTuber out there and his humble assistant. He's Crockett on this one. I'm just Tubbs, but you know what? We've gotten to the point in the middle of episode where the episode count is under scrutiny. We're trying to figure out whether we should go with the Miami Vice official wiki or not, would seem to be the way to go.
Weird, isn't it? Because it's labeled as one episode, but it's a 2-parter, and I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
We don't know what we're doing episode 5 or episode 4 because it goes episode 1, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, and 2-parters are labeled as one episode, but we still include the. It's strange how they do it.
I know it's really weird. Anyway. But then again, if we get to season. Yeah, but I will say this though: if we get to season 5, I'm going to do Freefall last because, do the unaired episodes first and then do the Freefall last because I think it kind of suits it a bit better. It kind of, because that's how it should have ended, in my opinion. But we will get to that, and obviously he's feeling really angry and guilty because the bullet was meant for him, and we see that Sonny really has got a little bit of this PTSD just sort of coming out as well. But I just love how Tubbs tries to calm him down and stop being so vengeful. Is like, you're not going to let this go, are you? And Sonny's like, no. And Tubbs is like, well, I got your fucking back either way. And I love that. We can really see the friendship has developed between these two. They really have bonded now. Hey, nice one, man. Yeah, cheers, PB.
Yeah, we owe you one. Thank you.
Yeah, so trying to have a look out for Mendez at the moment as well, but it's looking like they've also found something on Linus because he's another name on the list. And God, we love Linus. I do anyway. I don't know about
that's awesome. By the way, notice something about Linus. This show is an 80s TV show. When we look around, everybody we see, they're all thin and they're all in shape. So Linus is the very first fat person we've seen in this entire series. It took until episode 6 or 5. We don't know which one it is. Sirs, we don't even know what we're doing, but here it is. The very first out of shape person. And in the theater tradition of the ancient Greeks, his body being fat is shown as a sign of gluttony and being a little bit out of control. He has boundary issues in how he behaves. And he's also not the smartest drug dealer.
Oh, he's not. He's a total fucking dumbass. He's a total arrogant dumbass. He's a total coward. I just love him, though. I just love this guy.
Oh, he's fun. He's fun. Also, 10 years later, when it wasn't worth much, I had this car.
Oh, was it? Oh, man.
It's a soft
2000. Yeah. So they do chase him down, and a very short car chase because obviously he's not very good a stunt driver because Sonny and Crockett are the stunt drivers. They know how to handle that shit because they're badass. And they found a load of money on him, and as well as you should have locked this, and he doesn't even lock the fucking case up.
Right now, by the way, what are Crockett and Tubbs when they drive around in that little convertible? Is that like an early Dodge Daytona, or is that like that year's?
Yeah, it was supposed to be
that bland.
It was like something. It was a fake one, anyway, wasn't it? It was a fake.
They faked out a Ferrari that looks like no real car and is just like perplexing to look at.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why they blew it up in the third one, because it was to get Ferrari off their back. So, and then
Ferrari came to them
yeah,
and said, like, we love the publicity that you're bringing our car, but could you have one that looks good?
yeah,
And they were like, we're sorry. And they're like, we effing hate the fake one. And they're like, we'll blow it up for you. And the Ferrari people were like, you can have two real ones.
I know. I love this line as well. He's saying, "Well, look at all this money. By my count, you might be out sometime in the 21st century." I think that might be my fucking quote as well, because it's such a fucking good one. And
he's walking among us again now.
Yeah, I love how they're fucking with him as well, saying, well, we're not going to arrest you because we're going to let you go just to see how long it takes for Calderon to have you killed. And he's like, oh, wait, I think I'll work with your man, okay, because I don't want to get killed by Calderone.
The only guy who wears all black in Florida. And,
I know, he's overweight. That's not good. That's not good. He must have been sweating buckets. He must have lost tons of weight in sweat from the heat with all that stuff on him.
And Crockett and Tubbs are they're looking good, and they're wearing darker colors. There's pastels mixed in, but they're still they're you can take them seriously. They haven't established. They wait until they establish these characters before Sonny gets too crazy with the clothes.
I know, and it still looks a little bit breathable. I think Sonny's suit is a bit better here as well. It's not so boxy. It looks a bit more fitted. Yeah, obviously the gals handle the money, so yeah, they're letting him know that Calderon is going to kill him.
He can still wear that
on the list.
I love this phone. Look at the phone with the actual analog dial, ladies and gentlemen, sirs and madams.
Cylinder thing, the little it's like this very circular dial.
It was called a dial, and ladies and gentlemen, that is not a birth control dispenser. That is, you would put your finger in the hole and just spin it, and then it would go. Well, it would click for every number that went through there, and that was how the phone would know who to connect you with. It was before dial tones, and it's weird. We have not come across any touch tone phones yet, except the ones the drug dealers have, and their car phone.
Yeah. God, man, it's I don't know if these things are there anymore. Do they still have them as kind of displays now? Because we still have phone booths here, even though people use mobiles these days. But that might be just because we live in Hull, where everything's still the 1980s, despite the fact that was 40 years ago. But
here there are still phone booths where the phone booths were, but the phone has been torn off, and also there's been a really long time where you have not wanted to put the phone to your ear in New York. You needed to travel around with enough hand sanitizer to pour it on the phone first before you used it.
Yeah, and most people just didn't want to put the phone set to their ears because there was some fucking leftover jizz on it from some unsavory characters, probably with some other unsavory characters. But that's
some hobo's ear spooge.
Yeah, phone spooge. So he's obviously ringing to meet with Mendez as well, because they still think he's the assassin, and he does try to blag his way out of it as well. And he's like, I should have been a podiatrist. I knew it. But it's like, yeah, well, you wouldn't have, if you hadn't helped us out, you wouldn't get the genuine Trudy Expressway. And you can, and I did not get this shot as well when he was on the phone, but there was a shot where Sonny was looking out all the windows. He's really paranoid that the assassin could take him out any time. And he almost shoots this guy who's just returning his ID badge. And obviously, but the assassin is there as well. We see him later on. He's sat on a bench, so he's obviously waiting for the right moment to get to Sonny. So he's spending a little bit of time with his family once again. And this is the first time we hear the Crockett's theme, at least a version of it, before we get the proper version that gets that we all know. But it's still very much similar. I just think the riffs are a little bit different because. So yeah, and there's something about the hermit crab. I don't know if it symbolizes anything in this episode. I would love to get your thoughts on that, because every time I see these little moments, I'm like, okay, does that symbolize something in the episode? Because I don't think it was just put there as some kind of just for the sake of it. So yeah, I'm a you have a very radio voice. Is that your profession? I think you mentioned that once, didn't you?
I'm not a professional DJ.
Yeah, yeah. I think I remember you telling me that a while back. So I
I
forget bits of
didn't. I was a DJ in college.
Mm.
I did like they forced me to do the overnight talk show. They're like, "You're insane and you have a good voice," like you said. So they were like, "Yeah,
Mm.
you have to do the overnight talk show where people would call in high on drugs."
Yeah,
Good preparation for this.
I know.
Uh, I thought this was a beautiful scene to show
It
how
is. I mean, look how
Sunny.
well shot it is as well. You got the ocean, you
Yes,
got Crockett's theme playing. Caroline looks fucking good. She's a very beautiful woman. She's not too overly dressed. She's not slutty looking or anything. She's very mature looking. She's very classy looking.
not regal, but classy. She's got a girl next door charm. She also has a tight little body and is sexy, but she doesn't dress all sexy, and she's not like she's a lot more practical than her cop husband. She's like, we have to do what's best for our son, Sonny. You know, it'd be better for our son to go to school in a place where everyone isn't trying to kill you, and you might not come home and see on the news that you and all your buddies got, blown away by Calderon. And like Sonny at this point, like he's pulling back on the hardcore infant stuff that we saw him doing about his marriage in the first episode. He's got the lawyer out of the way. The lawyers in the show are always a problem, right? So the lawyer's out of the way.
Assholes. Every lawyer on this is a scumbag. I think the only lawyer that isn't a scumbag is Meg Foster in the season 4.
And lawyers that stick up for the cops, like the government lawyers, and even them are kind of jerks too. They're like, "Where's your paperwork?" But Crockett is realizing here, like, that maybe it would be better for his son, and that to be the best father, maybe he has to be a little distant because he's not going to make that child support, and he's not going to be able to pay for his son to go to college unless he does the only job he's cut out for. And it's starting to look more and more like his wife nailed it. He's a player. There's no not loving Sonny. He's got a great goal. He's got a heart of gold, and he does this because he loves justice. We finally get more of that later down the line, but
yeah, because
he's realized that he
can be very irrational, but you can tell it's from a place of caring, isn't it? A place of thinking of other people, just trying to do the right thing, and like you said, he's a Vietnam veteran as well, which we'll see later. So it might actually be a reason why he is a little bit irrational. He's kind of he's got some kind of trauma, and
he was there when we lose the war too. So he saw the worst of America at its lowest moment ever to that point. And there's a whole bunch of other questions, like how come a college graduate wasn't an officer, but we could get into that later. This episode is just about done, but it was another good one. He's come to terms with the fact that like maybe being that close to his family can't work, at least for the moment.
Yeah, he's still got to do his job as well. He's letting her know he still has to do his job. Rodriguez is in the hospital, and he cannot just stay with them and hide away. He has to do it, and she lets him do it as well. She lets him do his job because she knows it's who he is as well, and she doesn't want to stop that. But
and he's a good man.
Yeah,
what he wants to do is good. She supports the idea that you get creeps who kill people off the street too, and she knows someone has to do it. She just struggles with whether she can be married to someone who does it.
Yeah. No, that's good, and I think that's why we don't see it until season 4, season 5, anyway. So now we've got the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited, and you can really tell this is really starting to take advantage of the 80s a little bit more, aren't they? Because they're starting to throw more pop music in, everything. We've seen a few extended scenes, and I love it. And we're seeing how good these guys are undercover work as well. He's kind of like pretending to be the guy running the bar while Zito is serving all the drinks. Obviously he's keeping out of sight in position. They're all sat around waiting for Mendez, and Lannis, who's really trying to blag his way out, saying, "Hey, he's not going to show," but they are buying it. The girls are bored, so they do a bit of dancing, and obviously some guy starts getting a bit fresh with Trudy while she's trying to discuss the job with Switek, and then Gina just comes in like a fucking boss and stops him, and then this other asshole comes over saying, "Hey, she's feisty, isn't she?" And Zito just fucking whams the guy. We start having this nightclub fist fight, everything. Everyone is battering each other, but they do find Mendez, and then Assassin is there. So he knows he can get to Lannis later now. He knows Mendez is now the scapegoat. And Sonny thinks, obviously, okay, we got the guy. We're fine now. I get back to my wife. I can have a life with my family. You know, we won't have to divorce or anything. And this is where Mendez is obviously just playing stupid with them, and Tubbs is just doing his all bad cop kind of thing. But then we found out that Lannis has been killed. So he knows Mendez is not the guy, but he does know something. And I'm like, okay, have you only just figured out that he's going to go for Sonny? It's before you started pummeling him. I don't know. It's like, as soon as I heard Lannis was killed while Mendez was in there, I'm thinking, shit, Sonny, I got to go get him. But he races after him while Russ Ballard's Love in the Night plays. And I love how it cuts back and forth as well to him driving on his way to Sonny, and it's cutting back to his family. And you just know the ball is about to drop somewhere. You're just waiting for it to happen. Thankfully, Sonny sees the coffee and donuts. And even though he's probably not seen it somewhere in the as evidence, I watched this a few times. I missed the scene. I might have missed the scene.
I think it is. He knows what a sniper's nest or a Skells hangout looks like. That's the deal.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that was kind of a sniper thing as well. But he sees the coffee and donuts, and even if he didn't know that the sniper was doing this, he knows something's up. Someone's in the house, and he manages to shield his family from any gunfire. And he's kind of going in guns blazing, this assassin, as well. He's not being very methodical now. He's just fucking spraying bullets all over the place. And he sees all the cops outside, and he realizes, oh, I'm fucked. I'm just going to go out blasting, and they gun him down, and shit, man.
He's got to get Sonny out of the way. So it's like, at this point, it's like, I've tried like 3 different surgical strikes. I'm just going to swat a fly with a shotgun on this one, literally. I'm going to bring everything I got. I'm going to unload it all.
Yeah, he's a very good man. He's very good at fucking killing people, but he's very sloppy as well. He should have dumped his donuts on his coffee somewhere. I mean, it's a house. There's bins in the house. There's bins outside the house. Just put them away while you're waiting. But never mind. Anyway, he's gone down. He sees his family protected, and he does say, I will rearrange the divorce. He realizes they can't be together because there's still too much danger, and there's always going to be danger no matter what. And he just can't quit his job. It's who he is. But he gets Gina reassuring him, and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to divorce my wife. I'm not going to get back together with her, but I might be able to stick one in Gina later. Who knows? But this is where we found out that Rodriguez has been killed. He has died in hospital, sorry. And the look on all their faces as well. It's so brilliant. I mean, no words are said. He's really meant, you can really tell that Rodriguez has meant something to these people for a while.
Or even just the fact that, like, at the end, he proved that he was a great, noble leader despite his gruff exterior. But also the fact this department has been rocked by 2 deaths in 4 weeks. We've lost Sonny's partner.
Yeah, and he's lost Sonny's partner. Yeah, Sonny has lost his partner because he was corrupt. But the other one, Jimmy Smith. Yeah, because he's lost him, hasn't he?
Right. We lost Bail Organa in episode 1. And now we've lost our leader. We need, like, the vice cops in Miami seem to all be targeted. We don't care. We're going to get them all. And it's because it seems to be the show's presenting Miami as a bottleneck in the supply to the whole of, like, the East Coast. Like, this stuff's got to get to New York. They keep saying that. Every drug dealer says the same thing. Like, we got to get this stuff up to New York.
I know, because I mean, it must have been something to do with the fact that Miami was already becoming saturated. I might be wrong. Also,
there's all the demand.
Didn't even do any research there, but yeah, it's a good guess.
All the supply you could want in Miami at a much lower rate. You know, that's where the brokering is going on, especially in the mind of the show. But having been to Florida in the 80s and possibly have done some things down there that involved powdering my nose, I would just say, like, there's not enough people in Florida to suck up all the drugs that were going through there at that time. So yeah, they were heading for Philly and Boston and New York City where the money was. This was an interstate East Coast operation, and the way the show is presenting it is Calderon's got New York on, like, he's got it. Like New York is like not going to be a problem for Calderon. He's now having problems that he didn't like count on. Like some of the New York cops are now down in Miami. The Miami Police Department's becoming more professional. They've got a specialized vice squad that's starting to home in on drugs. They're getting away from the prawn movies and the hookers and the other stuff that we do see from time to time. It's now mostly about drugs. There's feds starting to descend on Florida. So we're building that out. And like, this shows what a threat Calderon is. You know, he wants to make his money in New York where he doesn't have any problems. When we go back to New York, we find out the government's got Calderon's back.
Yeah, we will delve into later as well when we got the countries that are basically run by the drug lords. I mean, because this was during the time when we had Pablo Escobar, guys like that. I mean, he was like a fucking tyrant, and it's his drug empire that made it.
More like Manuel Noriega, president of Panama. So like we're talking like whole narco states.
Yeah, definitely. But this is a real good to end as well. When they found out that from Mendoza that Calderon is in the Bahamas, and is like, when can you be ready? He's like, I'm always ready. Great line to end the episode on, and we really are seeing just how well this friendship has developed with these two. You can really tell they have bonded well. They're starting to see each other as more than just partners. They're becoming like brothers in a way, aren't they? Brothers from another mother. We're starting to see a little bit more of the supporting characters become a little bit more well-rounded. Seeing Swiatek and Zito still having their little sort of childish infantilism, joking around, but still coming across as competent cops, you know, when shit hits the fan. And it's really... We're seeing maybe the show go
55% Crockett consistently.
Yeah,
now.
I think that's the only thing. Sometimes it would go more Crockett than Tubbs in a lot of episodes, especially in season 4. But it was kind of like, oh my God, you know, he was like one of the main characters. He just got killed. No one could be safer yet. And I really like it.
It really enhances the danger, and like, we're going to lose cops. We're going to lose more cops. This is now a very dangerous assignment working Vice in Miami. You're on the radar of a few dictators in South America, which turns out to be look as ridiculous as it looks. It's true. They're turned out to be true. You're on the radar of what will come to be known as sicarios from Cuba, who are a big problem. We've got a couple of fictional South American countries. We're about to go to Bermuda and do stuff that the CIA is supposed to do as just regular Miami cops. We don't give a shit. The show is great.
Those fucking Vice cops actually do that? Did Vice cops actually do that shit though? I mean, I know that's
absolutely not. They got to call the federal government.
It seems way out of their jurisdiction here. Why are they going
fucking rogue operation?
It's like, what?
This is just, they're like, if we leave America, we wouldn't have to follow any laws and we can just kill Calderon. Like, this is a mission of vengeance or something weird like that.
I know, it's like, so yeah, this is obviously where it's not afraid to be a little realistic, but at the same time take a few liberties as well to try and spice things up, because this is still very a romanticized crime thriller drama, isn't it? So, you know, because you've got the cops looking real flash, but they do give you good reasons as well. It's to make sure they actually do blend in with the scum that they're trying to crack down, you know, like undercover work. He's an exporter. He's a very wealthy exporter who deals in dodgy goods. He's got to look a bit flash. So, but I do also like that we see that Tubbs, despite his little fucking psychotic vengeance mission from the first two episodes, he's still a more competent cop in my opinion. He's a much better undercover cop. When we see him outside the hotel where Mendez is, he gets pissed off that some police officers have started flashing their siren when they're trying to keep incognito until they can get back up. So he's obviously a guy who likes to, you know, he's very professional as well. You know, but he's also very, he's also got his he's still got that street thing going on there. He's still this cop from the streets, in comparison to Crockett's more cowboy beach bum thing, you know, and I really love the contrast as well between these two. They're both the same, but they're both different, and I kind of like that. But this is a
Tubbs
very good
was
episode.
bringing
I
a
think this is
calming influence to the
yeah.
Crockett would just go too cowboy and end up in jail for gunning somebody. He'd be like, hey, calm down, cuz let's get some evidence on this, maybe pull some surveillance. But in this one, like, this was the third different kind of crime. This time crime came and found them. This wasn't an investigation that got out of hand. This wasn't Sonny obsessing. This is, we've got this menacing Calderone guy who's going to try to take control of as much of the East Coast drug trade as he can. And like we said, like, it seems to me like he's going to get the Miami Specialized Drug Interdiction Task Force, which is what Miami Vice basically is, the hell out of his way so that he can do what he wants.
Yep. And I was watching the second part today as well, trying to get a few notes because I want to get a little bit of stuff out the way early whenever I can, and also because I like watching Miami Vice. But I kind of think this might be the more superior part. We will get to part two sometime. We'll get to part two next Sunday anyway. But I really do like this as well. It does. It's a really good setup as well. That, like you said, it adds more to the danger as well. You got this really sort of dangerous character who never speaks, but you know this guy is fucked in the head and he just loves doing what he's doing. So that is the end of this episode. That is the end of Calderone's Return Part 1. Sometimes I think it's called the hit list in some lists as well occasionally.
Yes. I saw it called the hit list, and I just want to say there was a list of hits in here, both by house band, cover artists, and the original artist. We're going music heavy. I think what happens is the first ratings have come in, and now we have a little bit of specifics, which is like, people seem to like Sonny more. They're like, move that Sonny story forward in the production schedule. And they're like, people really dig, the car chases. It's like, we're going to up the car chases starting now. It's like, people dig the flashy clothes. It's like, all right, we're going to start to slowly segue Philip Michael Thomas's Tubbs to a more relaxed look. But right now, buttoned down and a little more official than Crockett is the only way to play it, because Crockett's too wild. We're going to have these two cops sort of start to come into alignment where they have a complementary style. And we're starting to see that here. They had an adversarial style in the first movie because they're two different guys with two different objectives. Now, as their objectives start to align and they've become part of the same department and things have changed, we're seeing Tubbs bringing professionalism and long game coolness into this. And Crockett, well, he's got the energy, he's got the obsession, and he keeps Tubbs, awake the next 24 hours of surveillance that pays off. And we're seeing Miami Vice, the title of the show, come to fruition. Although this episode's like 51% Crockett, the other 49% is like equally divided with the rest of his people who are like this Miami Vice division of police officers. They're real. Trudy is real. Gina is real. Switek and Zito, they're real. Captain Rodriguez is real. And we're going to lose our leader here. And this is a lot like, any effective narco terrorist. He wanted Sonny because he was the biggest thorn in his side, but he's got their leader. So that's going to set back this investigation and buy him some more time and make Calderone's continued evasion of the law more successful. And just my real life note would be, this would be all over CNN. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened again. Yet another Miami Vice police officer has been killed by an international gangster said to be known as Calderone.
Yeah, because they use that later in the second episode, don't they? But I will be getting more notes on that as well, because I think I may have missed the scene where we found out that he is faking his death as well to get close to Calderone. But yeah, PB, that's cool, man. Last year you went to the 41st anniversary celebration, Derek, organized by
What
Derek.
was that like? Did you cosplay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, fucking no. Tell him as well. You know what?
You're from
I
Montreal.
don't know if you're doing any streaming, mate, but if you want to jump on with us next week, you're more than welcome. Contact us, man. Contact me, contact Admiral Teague if you want. And if you're on Twitter, I will add you in the chat, man. You're more than welcome. I don't know if you do YouTubing or whatever, but fucking hell, we just want to have a good chat and talk about these episodes. I mean,
And tell your friends about this great YouTuber, Northern English Bastard. Spread the word. And
Yeah.
if you Reddit at all, share this on Reddit. Upvote it when I put it on Reddit. I try to put it on in the Miami Vice community. They've been very kind to me, and we love seeing fans of the show. And
Oh,
it
man,
is a
yeah.
quality show. There's a few times where it's going to leave us scratching our heads. Go with
yeah.
it. There's some
Okay,
humor in
so
this show too. We're gonna watch
Don't say
TV
aliens.
grow and
Don't say
change too.
aliens.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna see TV. TV is going to grow and change throughout the run of this show. And part of what we're gonna have to remark on is like how things are so much different now than they were when the show started. By the time the show ends, the standard cop show goes from something like Beretta or something like Naked City or something like Starsky and Hutch, which is almost there, to these weird Magnum kind of shows. And then all of a sudden, like, we start with these Law and Order shows, and Dick Wolff, who does seasons 3 and 4, or is it 2 and 3? He is going to have a major influence on all crime TV, and he's going to try to change the show without giving it without transplanting its soul. And it kind of works. And what we have is the tale of 3 different shows. This is the Miami Vice 1.0.
Yeah, and it's still finding its feet, though. You can still tell they're trying to figure out the show. Okay, so we've got the pastel colours, we're getting car chases, and but now we've lost one of our actors who we was hoping to be a regular, but he didn't like being in Miami. So, okay, we're going to write him out. We're going to replace him with another character, but what can we do? And then we later on, after part 2 of Calerones' return, we do get Edward James Olmos, and he does bring a new kind of energy as the leader of everyone. I mean, he is so different to Rodriguez here as well. He's kind of a bit more. He's a bit more strict back. He's not very stylish. He's very straight as fact. He's very professional. He's very square, but at the same time, he's kind of got that dark past as well, and he can kick the fuck out of people really well. He does. Kung Fu martial arts.
Those his martial arts. He can skip with the katana. He was military intelligence in Vietnam, so he can bond with Sonny that way. And you know what? It really lends a lot of weight to the show to have 2 officers gone in 5 episodes, and to have it be their captain. This captain, the actor did a fine job, but the thing was, they needed to reconsider their cap. This was the perfect character to die, because he was popped out of the mold. This is the captain from Starsky and Hutch. He's just yelling at them, like, Magnum, he's being like, he has like a Higgins-like quality. Oh my God, Magnum. It's like, he just shows up and he's like, Crockett, I'm sick of your bullshit. What's going on? And like, while he is saying the things that a real rational police captain would say, it's a little too typical. He hates the cop a little too much. So to have him go out showing that he's real honorable and he just maybe had a thick skin from the job, and it adds to what the show's building on. So we get rid of a very typical character, and he's one of 2 Starsky and Hutch transplants that we got to get rid of. They're not the actual actors, but characters. We got Huggy Bear and we got the captain.
Yeah, because then they replaced Nuggy later and just let Izzy be the main sort of like informer, sort of hustler kind of guy. But so it's obviously as well, because Edward James Olmos is Castillo, is it Castillo as it's pronounced? He is not really the shouty captain. He's actually very quiet. I mean, every time he speaks, he says it like under his breath a little bit as well, and looks down a lot. He never yells. He just exudes menace, but at the same time, this kind of kindness and compassion and this wisdom.
I have a question about our assassin. I saw an interesting video this week about a movie with Michael Caine called Get Carter, and I thought that there's a aesthetic similarity to this killer and Carter.
Yeah, the one who
looks a bit like Carter.
Oh, he looks a bit like Michael
Our
Caine.
primary killer looks a bit like Michael Caine. And it's like right now, it's like, okay, it's still about a year away, but Michael Caine is about to make the switch into hardcore comedy and weird softcore sex movies like Blame It on Rio and Educating Rita. But the funniest movie to hear him pronounce, like, you may remember me from such films as educating Rita. It's like you can tell that it bothered him that was his biggest movie. It's like, I was in so many better movies, damn. But this guy did look a little like Carter. I thought they were trying to evoke that. Like he has a super criminal vibe. And also Sonny is wearing Varnez.
Oh, I never thought about that anyway, but okay, so we've discussed the episode, we've given our views on it, and we'll go into favourite main character of the series. I was going to say maybe Rodriguez for sacrificing for his life for Sonny, so who knows, but I think I might go more with Tubbs as well, because Sonny's kind of become a bit more vengeful, hasn't he? And Tubbs is now the guy trying to sort of calm him down and be the voice of reason for once. So I will give props to Tubbs as well. Plus, he's doing a lot more in this episode as well, because Sonny's kind of having to make sure his family's safe as well and not really always do much. And he's sort of dealing with the divorce. And Tubbs, he's really showing he's a man of action here and showing that he is a competent cop, when he's not got the fucking rage, venge vision going on there. So we'll go for Tubbs for the main character here.
We see two things in this sequence that we don't see anymore: cops with revolvers and a regular razor where you drop the blade in and screw it shut. Those are no longer very popular in America. Now most people just go to the disposable.
Man. It's when you say this stuff as well, it just establishes more and more, that emphasizes more what a time capsule this show is.
There's so much beautiful nostalgia in this. And look at his jacket. We're going to see their jackets are going to start to change. They don't have big shoulder pads yet.
Yeah,
these are jackets you can wear down the.
It's not too tight like the skinny suits we had in the 2010s, and it's nice and flowing. It looks very breathable as well. You can sort of like have it open as well, so you can air out your pits a bit in that sweltering heat. But
what's crazy is in the earlier episodes, which are longer ago, they have outfits that you could more walk down the street in without making anybody to look twice at you. Today, than there are in the later episodes, where people are like, especially Crockett has the full-blown members-only jacket, like balloon parachute pants, ice cream man of vengeance, when he goes from being the ice cream man of justice to the ice cream man of vengeance, which is sort of his arc, and then back to ice cream man of justice. But he used the ice cream man look this week, and I love that. So
yeah, we will get into the fashion a little bit, but right now, what's your favorite main character in this episode?
I'm going to have to say our mysterious killer provides so much plot.
Main character, like
our favorite main character.
Yeah.
You know what? This is an episode for Sonny to prove that he's the lead character and that he deserves to be, and that he's a charming guy, and he's more than a one-dimensional angry maniac cop. So I'm going to give it to Sonny.
Okay, that's fair play. Now we will go on to the supporting characters here as well. So that could be. So you've said the assassin. I love the assassin. I think he's got a great bit of mystery. He can convey so much without needing any dialogue. I will go to Ladas, because the fact that he's such a punchable fucking dumbass, and he gets so many good lines as well. Like, I should have been a podiatrist, and he's trying to blag his way out badly, but he hasn't really got the brain cells to actually do that kind of thing. He just cracks me up. He really does.
At least he dies off screen, right? We're not going to get him back.
That's the one thing, but sometimes when a character dies off screen, it's kind of a cheat, but I get it. They had a bit of a time limit. They had adverts to fill in on the channel they were on. Obviously, it's TV. They had to sort of sacrifice a few things and keep a flow going, but he did bring a little bit of levity to a pretty dark, violent episode, so I will give him that. But since you've already mentioned the killer, but didn't get a chance to actually describe why you liked him, go ahead, man.
I like the killer because he's got like this calm, emotionless demeanor. Giving him no dialogue made him even more emotionless and even more of malevolence. I thought the guy's gun handling, or at least gun acting, was fantastic. He made he imbued those guns with a little more menacing power than even they have. And like, let's face it, it's a little hard to sell a gun as more dangerous than it is, but he puts real menace into it, especially as he becomes, without saying anything, he's like a character with development. The first attack is very surgical. The second attack, again, he goes with his preferential surgical attack. Then, in sheer frustration, he pulls the Heat style attack, where he just goes after Sonny with everything he's fucking got. He takes out a major character who is going to be in this show. Like, obviously, I didn't know the actor was going to die, and I didn't know that I didn't know the character was going to die. I didn't know the actor didn't want to be in Miami. It's understandable with the heat index there at 110. Like, there's a survivable part of the day every day where it rains, but we say this every show. It has to be remembered. There are more days of a heat index of above 100 and close to 110, about 200 in a row, than there are in Saudi Arabia. It is hotter by several matrices in South Florida than it is in Saudi Arabia. The only difference is you get a little break in the afternoon when it rains, and also like drinking a lot helps.
Yeah,
and I don't mean staying hydrated. I mean getting a little bit buzzed to put up with how fucking hot it is.
It's I mean, when it's fucking warm in Hull, when it's hot in Hull, yeah, we still need to have we still need to hydrate the fuck out of ourselves. So imagine me being in Miami right now. I mean, that'll probably kill me, but I still want to go. So yeah,
that's sucking down Long Island iced teas all day.
Yeah, silk stockings. I'm gonna have to look them up, man.
Ben Vereen. It was an okay show. The actress, the silk stockings actress, went somewhere. I forget who she was, but she was really, really, really good looking. Is it Angie Harmon? It's not Angie Harmon. It's someone though.
I'll have to have a look, lad. So yeah, I guess Edinburgh Vice wouldn't have the same. Yeah. You will not see fucking cops wearing no socks with shoes in that. It'll be way too cold, man. So yeah. The skinny 2010 suits weren't that flattering on a lot of bills and are pretty dated already. You can immediately place a film or advert to 2011 or 2012 with that suit cut. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean as well. I think it was almost kind of trying to evoke the 1960s mod suits as well, because they were very sort of like skinny suits back then. And,
we went to an early 60s JFK style, super skinny, thin lapel suit.
Yeah, they had really narrow lapels, weren't they? Like you said, like the old Bond movie, Sean Connery and James Bond. So
yes, the early 60s narrow lapels. And I think the reason behind it was because RFK Jr. and JFK, who wore those suits, RFK Jr. ran for president for a while, and he's in the administration now. But the thing is, he is built and he can pull off any kind of suit. So people are like, oh, I remember the skinny tight suit. Then the other day, I saw a press conference by a guy whose suit was so tight. I was like, is that why what he's saying makes no sense? But,
And on the things they were wearing them wrong as well, because they would do the top, the middle button, because there were two buttons. You had the top and the top and the bottom, which and you always leave the bottom undone. Apparently, it's an accessory. People make
in America, it's the top. In America, it's the top button stays buttoned until you sit down when you open your jacket. But as soon as you stand up, if you don't close your jacket, that's considered poor form or poor wearing of the jacket. And the other thing that I didn't know is if you button all the buttons, that is a signal to people that you are in service or a waiter.
I think that's why some people wear the waistcoats as well, because they can sort of like cover up the shirt a little bit as well without needing to open up their jacket. But yeah, that's that picture that PB posted as well, the one with the flames coming out. Yeah, nice one, man. That is awesome.
Grinding out as they make an impossible turn.
Yeah. So yeah, since we've talked main characters and the supporting characters, obviously, best fucking outfit. Who wore it best in this episode? I will go with Sonny here as well, because he's got somehow that blue suit really goes well with him. It goes well with his complexion. He's got the right tan for it. He's got somehow the tan and the blonde hair really works well with the suit. I mean, I don't think it would look good on a pasty fucking Brit like me. So, so yeah, he's really not. He's really. He doesn't look too feminine. He still looks a little bit badass. He's still got the tanned ankles showing through his espadrilles and his trouser pants, but he's fucking nailing it as well. It's not too boxy. It's not too big and shapeless like the stuff he would wear in season 4. And he's fucking rocking it, man. So who do you think wore the best Miami Vice outfit in this episode?
It has to be said that every single character's outfit enhanced who they were in a big way. The costume department really hit one out of the park in every single way. But because it becomes so iconic to who he is, even though it's not his best outfit in the episode, I'm going to go with the few minutes where we see the initial, the debut of the Ice Cream Man of Justice, where Sonny has his all white outfit and he doesn't have
the tie.
Yeah, he doesn't have a t-shirt yet, but he's almost there. He's got the first vestiges of the Ice Cream Man. Right now, he's the Ice Cream Man of Vengeance. He's going to arc his way to Justice, back to Vengeance, and then end with Justice again. But right now, he's the Ice Cream Man of Vengeance, and he's got his silver automatic. Yeah. He finally has, he's got his pastel shirt. So he's got his light blue shirt, but it's a button down collar. It's still very businesslike. In this scene, he looks like he's dressed for what he's doing. He's appropriately dressed to go to court to talk about his divorce proceeding.
Yeah. It kind of looks like he's trying to sell it looks like he's trying to sell used Ferraris on the beach as well. It's
yeah. And he's got $200 Varney sunglasses. They're very expensive Italian designer sunglasses.
Yeah, so obviously, clothes that he's stolen off some drug dealer that got arrested a while back, to maintain his cover. So, yeah, it must be good.
Do you think he profiles the drug dealers? Do you think he goes around like he's like, guys, about my height, dig his shoes, good jacket. All right, come over here, buddy, spread them. All right, because everybody's on the streets dirty anyway. It's like, we've noticed that the only drug dealer with your build around here is you. Like all the other ones have disappeared. Like aside from Linus, everyone's been fine.
It's, and like I said before, it's the only time we really see him wear a shirt and tie, because he never really wears collared shirts most of the time.
He's going to court,
does he? It's usually the V-necks or the granddad collars. Any shirt that has no collar whatsoever. Because we don't really see him wear any. We do see him wear a polo shirt when he becomes Sonny Burnett, and it's
he barely even wears a polo shirt. But my father was NYPD, and you have to wear a collared shirt if you're a detective. My father was a detective. You had to wear a collared shirt unless there was a real reason. This is years later, but it's contemporary to the show, right? We're talking my father's time as a cop overlaps this show. So, like, I can tell you what Tubbs is doing lines up with a guy from the NYPD used to doing it a certain way. And also his slow changeover to a slightly more casual, but always more serious look than Sonny is going to start to happen across the arc of the show, as is Sonny's hair becoming unbelievably Jim Morrison-like in season 3 by the time he's just ready to
really goes, Duran. Yeah, he goes really full-on Bon Jovi in season 5. So we've discussed the outfits. The music, anyway. We've got some
this really character's outfit, by the way.
We've got the Pointer Sisters. We've got the Pointer Sisters with I'm So Excited. We've got Love in the Night, Rust Ballad. We've got that... and you know what? I might not limit it to the soundtrack or anything. We can have a real good. You can still have the Jan Hammer score as the favorite bit of music, because I still like the. To be honest, I will put my favorite bit of music in this show is the Assassin's theme. That it's like a psychotic Van Halen version. It's like a very psychotic version of Van Halen's Jump. That's what I was getting when I heard that Sims.
I get where you're coming from. And also Crockett's theme is starting to emerge here. We're getting what they call leitmotif. Star Wars has it. Vader walks in, Vader's music plays. Luke has his own music. The Force theme plays for Ben and Yoda. So people get how that goes. So now Crockett's got his own theme. Different iterations of it will appear throughout the run of the show until Jan Hammer gets let go. But we're going to get some seriously good electronic music for our cast members. And as we can see, it's still a more serious look for Sonny here, but he's compassionate and he has a side to him that is honorable when he's finally thinking sensibly about his family. He's a pretty decent ex-husband in this one. He's not going to be a jerk off.
He is a good guy. He is a good guy. And Don Johnson just gives him so much fucking charm. Even when he's being an asshole, you still love him It's hard not to. Don Johnson really did have some charm, and to think he was almost going to be replaced by Mark Harmon. Yeah,
Well,
apparently.
Mark Harmon is a great cop actor. He had a 17-year run on his show, so he would have been able to do it.
Yeah, he's another actor who's kind of got this likability and charm to him as well. So I
think the deal with Harmon is this: his sister was married to John DeLorean. Kelly Harmon was a model. His father was the coach of the Michigan football team here in the United States, which is a huge thing. And the reason why he probably wasn't Crockett was because he pulled had they caught him yet? His Ted Bundy movie where he plays Ted Bundy, the U.S. serial killer, is called Deliberate Stranger. He plays a murderer so convincingly and so hauntingly well that he might not be able to play a cop for a few years. Like he might get typecast as a criminal for a little while.
He probably might have nailed it in the fucking Out of the Shadows episode. Because I mean, because we really see Sonny Crockett go psychotic. I can't wait to get to that episode, man. It's so haunting, it's so creepy, but. Okay, so we've discussed the music, we've done the characters and everything, so I think we might be running to the end of the show now. So
I don't know if there's a quote in this one.
So what would you rate this episode? I rate it 4 pastel suits out of 5.
Oh, I'm going to give it 5 suits.
We
lost a cop. We really cemented our world. We showed how dangerous this is. We added a new layer to our hero where he's not just a baby. We find out that it's like, okay, it's 100 degrees. Everybody's going to yell first. And then when they have time to take a cool shower, calm down and think it over, they'll come back with a more real, like the first screaming fit doesn't count in Miami. Just a typical Floridian.
I know, but you can, like I said, it is starting to find its feet. Okay, we've had an episode on how being undercover can really fuck with your mind and confuse you, and almost into actually loving the fake life that you're leading. You know, it's like one of those kind of things, and we're seeing a little bit of Nuggy, you know, showing that the show can still be very light, it can still be very comical. You know, we aren't gonna be a total fucking downer every episode. We're still going to give you little candy episodes. And now we're here where we're showing, we're going back to, we're showing we also mean business here as well. We are forgetting about Calerones. We are going to, tighten up that loose thread for you, for lack of a better term. So, and we managed to do it, I think, in less than 90 minutes. I think we got everything we could. Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
No real signature line this week, you know, no real like one
quote.
No real big quote that I can think of because the killer is silent. The quote, the power of silence in your narrative. That would be my takeaway quote.
You've just reminded me as well, best quotes as well. Sorry, I got this the wrong way around. I forgot about the quotes. It will be you might be out of here sometime in the 21st century because it's such a funny line, and Don Johnson delivers it with that charm as well, that sort of like childish sort of dig at him, you know, that sort of that the only kind of charming assholery that Don Johnson could do. So favorite quote.
And a fun enough drug dealer too. That drug dealer was fun. He was dumb enough not to really be that threatening and funny. He was funny.
He was, He's a funny asshole who kind of does deserve what he's getting a little bit as well.
They don't glamorize the drug dealer thing. He's an idiot.
Favorite quote in the episode then before we finish. No quote.
John Johnson brought a real sense of depth to his character, and he actually talks about it in a YouTube interview. No, he's just advising us to check out the interview where he talks about his method.
Yeah, have a look, man.
John Johnson is so charming, even in interviews. We saw him with a British footballer who had turned into an action star, and he was just like, I just realized I spent a good part of my life dressing like a dick because of you. It was freezing cold when I grew up wearing those clothes. The fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, I remember. Fucking John Bishop. Yeah, that was a while back as well. And you could see Don Johnson had lost a little bit of weight again. He was starting to look like his old self from the 80s. You know, a little older, but apart from that, he still looked the same. You know, he still is. He had this sort of like seasoned salt and pepper guy that probably had women with daddy issues creaming their fucking knickers. So why not?
Favorite quote from this episode. There's rumors of a
favorite
Taylor
quote from the-
Sheridan role for Don. That's why
sorry,
he's
man?
looking. There's rumors of a Taylor Sheridan role for Don. So
I hope so, man.
Landman
I hope so.
Yellowstone guy. There's rumors of a role in Taylor Sheridan's world for Don.
Yeah.
So we
But
might
Teague-
see him again soon.
Yes, Teague, favorite quote from the episode though, and if you don't have one, that's okay, man.
I'm gonna go with the silence of the Get Carter like
Okay,
Hitman.
man.
The power of the silence was amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, we'll just say the quote is bang 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 bang. You're dead, copper. We're trying to arrest me.
Yeah. Blam, blam,
Yeah.
blam, blam, blam.
Yeah, thank you, PB. I hope we can see you again. Let us know if you want to jump on, man. It'd be good to get another couple of people on there as well. And yeah, we managed to get this done in less than 90 minutes. So yeah, I think we will stick to doing one episode a week anyway. That way we can get a little bit more out of this. And you know, I won't always be feeling like I'm rushing everyone. Daft Plato, thanks for joining me. Admiral T, yeah, you're fucking in the panel. What are you doing in the chat? You with me now?
I love
Alan
interacting with all our Miami Vice fans out there. Hello.
I know. I mean, I've tried doing it once, but I'm like, okay, I'll just focus on hosting anyway and just reply to them on here because that's all I need to do. So, yeah, Anna Nielsen, if you do want to jump on, let me know and I'll add you in the chat. Anyway, I know Lance is on there, but I know he's not always going to get a chance because, you know, he's got his stuff to do as well. And I'm hoping he does his Shield streams again because I want to jump on there. So it might be a good idea. That's another reason why I'm going to do one episode. That way I'll have a little bit of time to catch my breath and then jump on that later if he chooses to do it on a Sunday. Gavin Blackburn, hope to catch you again, man.
Sir.
Yeah, you've all been beautiful bastards. You really keep the chat going, man. And Admiral Teague, thanks for joining me. And I will let you know about the next episode. And I hope. Oh yeah, before we do go. Do you want to promote anything?
Oh, thank you. You know what? Last night I was on. It starts at 9:00 every Saturday night. We do a Star Trek episode, and we take the EFAP approach. We go deeply into it. Also, we do this for new Treks stuff when it's out. We just finished Strange New Worlds, but I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the United States at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Catch me then. Catch me around the dial opportunistically, and check out my Saturday night Star Trek work.
Yeah, we'll
We're
check
finishing
that.
Enterprise now.
I think in the next couple of weeks I'll take Friday off and I might jump on. If you're doing another interview kind of stream,
I would love to have you on a Friday.
Yeah,
I would love
I'll
to
let
have
you
you
know
on to
anyway.
talk about a bunch of stuff. So much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Yeah, and sometime this week I will be on. I'll try and get onto Lance's Outcast Creative to talk about things I've watched. Toxic Thursday as well on Lord Toxic's channel, and this Friday I'll be talking Pulp Fiction with Lord Toxic, Rebel Rose, and Inside Man, and yeah, that's going to be a fun stream. I love Pulp Fiction. But Admiral Teague, do you want to jump on the Miami Vice 2006 movie in a couple of weeks?
I'd love to. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, because I've not properly watched that all the way through. I watched some of it, and I'm going to try and watch it again, see if my mind has been changed about it. But that'll be good as well.
Watchable, but it ain't heat.
Yeah. Lord Toxic is going to be on there as well, obviously. So, and that's it. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching. But right now, that's us done, and we're off to the pub. Enjoy your weekend, you Vice City bastards.